So I'm about to start my daily routine, and since I'm still new to this channel, I figured what better way than show you just my everyday makeup. And so far I just have my foundation and concealer on, and I'll take you through the rest of the steps. Right now all I have on my eye is Studio Sculpt Concealer by MAC. So I need to set that, and I do that with a large shader brush and the matte powder in my Mineralized Skin Finish Duo, also by MAC. So I just put this, not really precisely, all over my entire lid. Next step is taking a small concealer brush. I use a concealer brush because the bristles, they're slick, and I feel like it applies my inner corner highlight a little bit more heavily, so it stands out a little bit more. I find that when I use a fluffy brush or one that kind of absorbs the eyeshadow, kind of like the shader brush I just used, the inner corner highlight never looks quite as bright. Anyway, just put that right in my tear duct, and that just brightens up my eye, especially if I haven't had a lot of sleep, which is a lot of the time. So that's that step. Moving on, it's eyeshadow, which it takes literally 2 seconds. First, I'm using shade number 1 by Makeup Academy. It's basically just a pearl, and I'm using a Sonia Kashuk fluffy blending brush for this. I feel like the color payoff is really good when I use this brush, and I'm going to use the same color right under my brow bone to add a bit of dimension. Then I'm using shade 17, also by Makeup Academy. It's warm brown. Pop that in my crease. Adds a really subtle definition to the eye without being overbearing. Still looks like you've barely got anything on your eyes, and that's exactly what I'm going for. Next, I fill my eyebrows. I'm using MAC's Brow Kit. I think that's what brow shader, and my shade is Auburn, but that doesn't really matter. And I'm using that with an angled brush. This is actually a craft brush. I find that works better than some of the thinner angled brushes that I get from cosmetics companies. And it was also really cheap, like a couple dollars at Michael's. Right, so I lightly fill in my brows, short strokes, keeping it natural. I just want to add a little bit of definition to my brows, and I think by giving them a little bit more angle, especially in like a vintage kind of pin-up look, it stays true to that motif. And since I have quite a round face, it adds a couple more lines and angles, which makes it look a little bit less, pudgy, which is good. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. I use Japanesque's, I think this is called like a tension curler. I don't know, I got it at Ulta. It's really, really great. It's my favorite lash curler that I've found so far. It doesn't tug on your lashes, and it definitely does give them a lasting curl for the day. So, ow. I say that as I pinch myself. So, lashes are curled. Now I'm actually going to use my white eyeliner first, because I find that sometimes I tear if I do it after my mascara. Again, drugstore, this is like NYC's white eyeliner pencil. I've had it forever. I like it because it's a very true white, and though it's a little bit less pigmented than MAC's Fantastic, that's what I like about it. That's a bit too artificial looking for my liking, so this is a good in-between. I'm just going to use mascara. I'm using Maybelline's The Falsies Volume Express Black Drama. Okay. P.S. If you want to use liquid eyeliner, which a lot of days I do a little winged eyeliner, but not today because it's a Sunday morning, but if you were to do that, I would highly suggest doing it before mascara, because it makes it a whole lot easier. Then you're not interfering with your lashes, and it's just much better, trust me. So my camera cut out right when I was applying my blush. I have to figure out how to work this movie setting on my camera better, but until I do, basically what I did was I applied MAC Serenely. It's kind of like the color of a pink lady apple when it's very ripe, and it has gold shimmers, but they're not overwhelming, so it's a beautiful blush, but do use it with caution because it's extremely, extremely pigmented. The small spit goes the longest way. And then after I did that, I just used a lipstick, also by MAC. It's a luster finish. It's called Sea Sheer. This is definitely in the permanent collection, I know that much. It's a very natural coral. Almost looks like the color of my lips without any lipstick on, but with a little touch of orange. And it's also really moisturizing, so it's great for daytime. And that is it. That's the completed look. It's really simple. This is a little bit deviating from my everyday look, but it's an everyday and a Sunday. So maybe I'll record another day when I'm wearing red lips and winged eyeliner and just show you guys through those 2 steps, so you can take this bit and put it with that, and then you have a very vintage, everyday kind of simple look that you can do. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.